Yes, but aren't they competing?
Maybe their other teammates are at that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, these are just questions that the Mewises will never know the answer to, nor will they look it up. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mewis Squared. I'm Kristie Mewis.
And I'm Sam Mewis. Welcome to our show. This is Mewis Squared, a podcast from the women's game. Obviously, we're sisters, and this show is all about pretty much everything. Our careers in soccer, our sisterhood, the highs and lows of our lives. Kristie and I have been through so much, but we're just out here navigating new chapters in our lives right now. Kristie just got married. She has a baby. I'm working in women's soccer media. So we're here to share some stories from, the past, the present, talk about the future. I don't know what we're going to talk about. So we're here. This is a soccer show by sisters for everyone. And we hope that you feel like you just, three-way called into our sisterly FaceTime call.
Welcome to the Muniverse. People want to hear the welcome to the Muniverse because it's different every week.
I know.
People want to hear it.
People do want to hear it, so please say it.
Welcome to the Muniverse. That was awkward.
That was really good. It was really, really good. Okay, everybody. This podcast is brought to you by our good friends at Verizon, a proud supporter of the global game and the players who inspire us on and off the pitch. As an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, Verizon is honored to help share the stories of the world's top players, including the incredible women who are changing the game at every level. Stay tuned for more on how Verizon can get you connected to the game we love. Okay, Kristie. So I think what I want to talk about this episode is do a little bit of like a Olympics. It's about to be the Winter Olympics. You and I are Olympians. I just want to do a little bit of an Olympics chat. But before we get into that, let's just catch up. What's been going on with you? Tell me everything that I may or may not already know.
Well, I feel like we've already discussed how poor of a month January is.
Just the
it
worst.
has not.
Thank God, it's almost over. It's over this week.
Is it though? Is it?
For the record,
like, is it almost
over?
over?
Sunday.
It couldn't get any worse, honestly. Like the other day, you remember how a couple episodes ago I told you that like I went to the dentist?
Yeah. Good. We need a dentist update. I'm so glad you remembered that.
Good. So I had to put off like getting my fillings done because I just had too much going on before the wedding. Like getting dental work like was not a priority for me before the wedding. Although maybe I really wanted to whiten my teeth. It was like a long story. I couldn't because I needed fillings. They wouldn't whiten it, whatever. I go to the dentist this month finally. Like the lady works on the days that I can't go. I finally go last week and I have to get 2 fillings. I haven't gotten a filling in years. Like, when was the last time you got a filling? I totally forgot what it was like.
Well, they drill into your tooth.
Let's first talk about. So they were giving me like the
Novocaine,
the numbing cream, and then the Novocaine, like the shots that go into your gums, and my heart starts racing. And she's like, "Are you okay?" She was like, "Are you okay? Is your heart racing?" And I was like, yeah. Like, is that normal?" Like, I was literally kind of like I felt like I just had like a shot of adrenaline. And she was like, "Yeah, that normally happens with like 1 out of every 10 people. Let me go get you a glucose gummy." And I was literally like kind of like getting dizzy and my heart was racing. And it's because it like goes into your bloodstream. This was like before the filling even started. And I'm just kind of like, they're like giving me these like chalky gummy things to just like obviously slow my heart rate down. And she was like, "Yeah, have you eaten today? Like, are you really tired?" And I was like, "Well, I've eaten for sure, but like, yes, I'm very tired. My son doesn't sleep." So I think that's what it was. So we got off on like a really bad foot. And then like, I guess my cavity was in like a really difficult spot, like on my tooth.
Of course it was.
I have never been more uncomfortable in my life. Like, it was awful. Like, she was like, "Open your mouth wider." And I could not physically open my mouth any wider. So I was just like, like, and then your neck starts to hurt. And like my mouth was hurting. Like, I still have like a little stretch mark on my mouth from like where it got so dry because they were pulling my mouth apart so much.
Kristie.
I know, it was honestly so awful. And then they did the bottom one, and that one took like literally 5 minutes. It was so easy. But I was like, I literally sat up from the chair and I was like, I learned my lesson. Like, this was the worst. This was the worst thing ever. Like, I'm never coming back here. And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I was like, it's not funny.
Wouldn't your lesson actually be to like not let 4 years pass in between going to the dentist?
Yeah. but like life just sometimes happens.
So like don't wait 4 years again until you need 2 more fillings.
Okay, well, what are you like? Just the fun police? Like the story was fun.
I was trying to relate to you that whole time, but like you wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. But I was going like this because it's like when I lay in the dentist chair, I feel like I have to like protect my like internal organs. So my like I like cover like my arms like over my like survival organs, and I just like wring my hands and they sweat. And I go like this. And the dentist is always like, "Are you nervous?" And I'm like, I mean, like, I'm not nervous, but I'm miserable. And like, this hurts.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like even when I get like a cleaning, I've like, obviously you can imagine that like for years I was just like jamming my toothbrush into my gums too hard because I don't know, I was stressed. But obviously you're not supposed to do that. So I've like worn the gums down in like a spot or two. And so my tooth is really sensitive. And like, you know, when they like jab the sensitive spot and you get a jolt through your whole body.
No.
I pray you never know that pain. It is so awful.
And it's just like you can't help, like you're like, Kristie, relax, relax, relax. So then for 1 second you go like this. You like relax your whole body.
And you then literally like lower
20
your
seconds,
shoulders down.
20 seconds later you're like this. Like you cannot relax no matter how hard you try. It's so awful. Anyways, yeah, that was just like my Monday. My tooth still hurts. It's still like, I don't know if that's normal. I'm hoping that goes away. But yeah, it was not fun. I don't want to go back. I need to be more like, I guess, effective with my brushing and stop eating sugar. But when she said that, I was just like, do you know how to have fun? Do you enjoy your life? What do you mean stop eating sugar?
Well, yeah, in an ideal world for a dentist, they'd be like, no coffee, no red wine, no sparkling water, no sugar. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, well, why would I wake up in the morning? What do you mean don't have sugar? Like, also, like, have you seen, there are so many health benefits I know from not having sugar, but I just could never do it.
One time when I lived in North Carolina, I went on like a no sugar diet. Not like a no sugar diet, but like I just got it in my head that I was going on like a sugar detox. And Lynn like watched me make a smoothie with no fruit in it. Like I like didn't even eat like fruit because like, I don't know, I like saw on Instagram, like just once you detox all sugar, you don't crave it anymore at all. So I made a smoothie with like cauliflower and like protein powder and like spinach. Ugh. And like Lynn watched me drink it and I was like, no, it's good. And it was literally the most repulsive thing. And like after that, I was just like, all right, if I can't eat like a raspberry, then like that's not my fault.
Wild.
It's like the world's fault.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's just wild to me. Like before the wedding, I like wasn't having like, I was trying not to have dessert. And if you actually like cut desserts out, you do get kind of like, okay, like I don't need it actually. Exactly. But it's just like, why do that to yourself? You know?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? There's a phase for everything. I do think that. I think right now it's January and we have to have dessert. Like, sorry, yeah. If you're doing something in January, like literally, may the force be with you. Like, it's
big
January
month.
is so hard to get through. So it's just like, do what you got to do. Speaking of dessert, I've been on a baking kick. It's been like my survival mechanism for January. So I made an apple pie. I didn't homemade the crust. I'll get that right out there right now. But I made it otherwise. I just bought the crust. I wanted to get good at doing the crust before I start homemaking it. So I'm going to like practice like pinching the edges together. But the pie was so good. That was incredible. But I've also been making a lot of like soups. Like we made a white bean and kale soup the other day. And me and Kristie were talking about making soups. And we just started, Kristie was just like, do you put bay leaves in your food? And I was like, sometimes. And she was like, why? And I was like, I have literally no idea. Like, what is the flavor profile that you get from a bay leaf?
You're asking the wrong person. Like, I make chicken noodle soup like once a week or once every 2 weeks. Like, I absolutely just like love having chicken noodle soup in the house all of a sudden. And I put a bay leaf in every time, but I don't know why I do it. But I never don't do it. And I always stock up on bay leaves when I need bay leaves. Like if I run out, I get more. But it's like, what is it and why?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like my like actual understanding of it is that it like imparts some sort of savory flavor, but then you like can't eat it. Like you have to take it out. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
how much flavor could possibly be in this dried 1 inch by 1 inch leaf?
I know. I even like, so Sam really likes to have bolognese like the night before games, so I like take it upon myself to like occasionally make her game night bolognese, and it calls for a bay leaf. And like if I told her I put a bay leaf in it, like she wouldn't eat it. So I just like don't tell her, but like that's how loyal I am to the bay leaves, is that I'd still put it in Sam's bolognese.
Could you taste test the difference between a bolognese with a bay leaf and a bolognese without?
I hope so by now. Maybe let's do that when you come visit. We'll test it out.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt we'll actually do that. What are we gonna make, 2 bologneses
Yeah, and call that fun.
side by side, and then just eat bolognese for 10 days straight? Anyways, if anybody knows what a bay leaf is, obviously we could Google it, but I would rather have your answers. So go ahead and just send us an email at womensgamemib@menandblazers.com. We would love to hear. Kristie, do you want to tell us about your Cotswolds trip now, or do you want to talk Olympics now?
I would love to talk about my Cotswolds trip now. Cotswolds.
Do it.
Cotswolds. Okay, all of a sudden I can't say it.
Yeah.
So Sam and I had a little like mini honeymoon. She had 2 days off, and we drove to the Cotswolds, which is like an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes away from us. And I had never been before. It was such an amazing place. Like it literally looks like Hogwarts. You drive up from the main road, but the main road's not really even a main road. Like it's kind of like you get off the highway, then you kind of like enter all the greenery. The roads are really narrow, like perfect country, English countryside. You pull off and you literally just enter this like beautiful road that leads up to this like castle. It's called Estelle Manor. It's like a very like, I don't know if it's well known, but it's just kind of like a cool place to go, I guess, in the Cotswolds. So we went there for 2 days, and it was so nice. Like it was just really relaxing. They have this like big outdoor pool, but it's heated, so like there's steam coming off of it. And there's like so many.
How far
just,
away
like,
was it?
Well, I did say that if you were listening earlier. It was about an hour and 30 to an hour and 45 minutes from here.
Got it. I just needed to hear it again.
But they have like these baths where it's just like the hot baths, the cold baths, like all the different like temperatures, salts. They have paddle there. They have like different restaurants on site. They have like, they just have everything you could ever possibly want to relax there.
Did you guys get a massage?
We did not. We didn't like actually do any. So all the stuff that I'm talking about, like we didn't do any of it. We kind of just like went to every single restaurant and sat there for like 3 or 4 hours, like in one sitting. Like we sat at breakfast from like 7 to like 11, but it was honestly so nice.
And
like,
then
you know,
just
when you
went
just
right
have
to
nothing
lunch.
to do. Yeah, we like,
Yeah.
we were like, we went with our friends, Flo and Mickey, and we felt like we kind of like had to like break off and just like take a break from being in a restaurant. So we were like, well, we're just gonna like pop back to our room for like an hour, and
We'll pop back to our room for an hour and wait for lunchtime.
which is exactly what we did.
Was it just like when like the food is good and you're having a coffee and you're chilling and there's just like no reason to go anywhere else because you're having a good time?
Yeah, like it was just one of those things where you like just you kept ordering coffees, you kept ordering things. You would go back up and get some fruit if you felt like it. Like it's one of those places where you genuinely just don't have to do anything, and that's kind of what we wanted to do. We just wanted to go and sit and like, I don't know, just literally not do anything. But all we felt like we just kind of like sat and ate the whole time. Like we probably could have been a little bit more active, but like Sam had a game and like I had nothing, so, but I still just wanted to chill. But we did have like Jagger in our room, in the hotel room. The cot that they gave us was like too small of a cot for his age. So like if he stood up, he could topple out. So he was in the bed with us. But this one thing that I really wanted to talk about is that Sam like keeps doing these annoying things in the night when Jagger's sleeping. And I think I've told you about this before, but like she wakes up and I think she's like half asleep and she like talks to me when Jagger's like kind of stirring and waking up. Like she's like, does he need his bottle? Do you need help? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? And like she might be going a little bit deaf in one ear. Like, I don't know, but I'm starting to think so because
All
I won't
signs
even have
suggest it.
I won't even like answer her. And she's like, huh? What? What? As I'm trying to like get Jagger back to sleep, this is like what she's yelling at me. Yelling. Huh? What? And so we were only there 2 nights, and the first night I literally did not say anything. I went, shh. And she woke up. She woke up in the morning and she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "What?" And you were like, she was like, "You just shushed me last night."
Yeah, it sounds like you did.
I was like, "Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me." Like when Jagger is half asleep and you're waking him up. Huh? What? Shh. So we were like absolutely dying the next day because like people who have kids understand that like you cannot like have a conversation when you're trying to get your kid back to sleep. Like it was just, she does it all the time and I constantly get mad at her about it. So that's like our little bicker at the minute is like, why are you like ruining everything?
A great question. All right, so we've covered the dentist, we've covered the Cotswolds, we've covered the bay leaves. I think we've got to talk Winter Olympics. Obviously, just in case you didn't know yet, athletes from all over the world are traveling to Milan and Cortina in Italy to compete in the games, which start on February 6th. Thank God January is about to be over. And the Paralympics start March 6th. So we've got weeks and weeks and weeks of competitions to watch. So I wanted to make this episode like a little bit Olympics themed. I guess maybe starting with like, did we ever do any winter sports when we were kids?
Well, is basketball a winter sport?
but it's in the Summer Olympics, but it's like in high school, it's like a winter sport. So like that was good, but like it doesn't really like apply to this conversation.
Well, that was a winter sport for us.
You're like we did winter track. Dude, winter track, actually, that was like crazy. Like we would just go out for like runs in February. Like that was like our school assignment.
Yeah, and I remember I would be like down in like the parking lot of high school and just like doing sprints. Like just so the parking lot was like a certain length and my coach was just like, "All right, run from here to the end." 17 times.
Doing like tempos or whatever.
It's whatever they made up on the day.
Yeah.
They were just like, we're going to do it like 16, 17 times today.
Yeah, literally. We also would like ice skate. We would sled. We would do like recreational winter activities. But you could say sledding is kind of like luge or skeleton, no?
What's skeleton?
Tell me what you think skeleton is.
Is that similar to luge?
Yeah, but like I think you have to go for head first. Isn't that so scary?
Oh my God, they call that skeleton?
Yeah.
I feel like I've watched them do like interviews and stuff and they're kind of like, yeah, if you like make a little mistake, like this could be really bad type of thing. And I'm like, oh, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like Winter Olympics is like more dangerous. Like think about like snowboarding and like, I don't know, I'm going to sound like such an idiot, but like doing flips off the half pipe or whatever it's called. Like it's so dangerous. Skiing as fast as you can down an icy cliff. Like it's so dangerous.
I know. And it's just like how like the stuff that they do in midair, it's just like what made them want to do that? It's just like so risky.
I know. I guess they're just like daredevils.
I guess it also kind of like goes into the fact that like I've always thought that sports that you have to do by yourself are like you have to be like in a different breed to do stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to be like, yep, it's all on me and I'm going to go out here and like basically risk my life and like nail the Oliver Twist 3000.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't get how people do individual sports. Like I feel like I would get more nervous like for a winter track meet than I would for like a soccer game. Like doing stuff by yourself is just way harder mentally, maybe even physically. Like it's just
because it's just all on you.
Yeah, like you can't lean on anyone else. You can't lean on your teammates for anything.
Can you also like imagine doing like doubles figure skating and like you mess up and your partner doesn't?
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. Or like trusting your partner to catch you
like
midair.
catch you. before you just like bounce off the ice. The Winter Olympics is crazy. Like these sports are crazy. I listed some out that I'm excited to watch. Obviously skiing, like the fast one down the hill. And I think like even cross country skiing, just because I like know that that's hard. And I'm just like, they do that one where they like cross country ski and then they like do the archery and then they like do the cross country skiing again.
Yeah, that one's good. And they're going so, oh wait, the cross country skiing. I was thinking of the skiing where they go like this around the poles. They
Oh,
zigzag
yeah.
in and out, and they have to like cut around the flag.
I know. I'm always like, are they getting points for hitting those little gates or are they losing points for hitting the little gates? And I don't actually know what the answer is.
And it's just one of those things that we'll never Google or never understand.
No,
Like we just
no.
like let that be a question. It's just
It's,
like
like,
a
more
question.
fun
It's
to
like the
not
bay
know.
leaf.
Yeah, don't even tell us about it. It's more fun to not know because then you like literally have no idea who does good. What about speed skating?
Oh, is speed skating around a track?
It's like it's like around an ice rink, but it's like around the outside.
Want to know another question that I don't know the answer to is that when they're competing against each other, you know how they like take turns being in the front?
In speed skating?
Yeah, or do they just sprint? Like you know
I
how
don't
like when
know.
they're going around, they're going around and they kind of go in like a line and they do that really graceful like skate behind each
Yeah,
other like this.
is it to like block the wind from somebody behind them like you do in cycling?
Yes, but aren't they competing? Like they're not
Well,
a
or maybe they're
team.
on maybe their team other teammates are out there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, these are just questions that the Mewises will never know the answer to, nor will they look it up.
I also wanted to talk about like childhood memories of watching the Olympics. But I feel like my memories are mostly of the Summer Olympics. Like I just remember like watching gymnastics.
Yeah, we did love watching gymnastics. Who doesn't love watching it though? It's
I
just like
know.
so good. But I do remember watching the Winter Olympics. Like I definitely remember watching like the bobsledding. Is that down the no, that's skeleton. That one the when they go down the
Oh,
tube.
yeah. You're
Bobsledding
right.
when they sprint on the ice
And then
and
they
then they all
hop
jump in
in.
the toboggan. Yeah, I remember watching that like constantly.
I'm shocked Kristie didn't become an Olympic bobsledder now that I know she's so obsessed with it.
But I feel like I just remember watching a lot of the Olympic sports, but like not really knowing what was going on. Like I feel like I just relate more to the summer Olympic sports. And I'm like, oh, okay, like I understand this like point system and I understand this concept. But with the winter stuff, I'm just like, oh my God, that was a good one.
Well, yeah, like sometimes they'll get like a bad score, and I'm like, literally looked perfect to me.
Yeah.
Like on figure skating, I'm like, she didn't make one single mistake, and she got like a 6.
Yeah. Like I don't understand like the scoring. And they're so tough on the scoring. But they're just obviously looking at things that are just like past us, like things that we just would never understand.
Yeah, for sure. I know that's definitely true. Okay, so we weren't really like that much of a winter sport family, just maybe recreationally. I guess our other way to relate to the Winter Olympics is that we did go to the Summer Olympics. In 2021, Kristie and I were both there together. We've talked about this a few times. There are some notorious, infamous stories from that Olympics, including the earthquake that shook us in the middle of the night.
Oh my
Um,
God. Oh my God. I forgot that it was an actual earthquake that like made us freak out.
yeah, I know it's all kind of a blur.
Yeah, why is it a blur? Was it just because it was like such a like weird time in the world that we've all kind of like pushed it out of our brains?
I don't really know.
I don't have as many like memories as I would like to have with it, but I think it was because it was like COVID, so it was just such a weird time and I feel like my brain has blocked a lot of it.
I know, I agree. I actually think so. I have 2 Olympic experiences. I went in 2016 as an alternate, but because, so like, doesn't really count. I wouldn't have gotten a medal if we had medaled. Sadly, we did not medal. We did not do very good that tournament. We got knocked out so early that we never actually went to Rio, where the Olympics actually was being held. We were instead traveling all around the rest of Brazil where all the soccer stadiums were. But so in 2016, I never like saw the Olympic rings anywhere. Like we were just in all these other cities. So that was like on its own a very like bizarre Olympic experience. And then in 2021, it was COVID. So we, even when we did, like one day we kind of like went to the village, but like we weren't really like interacting with anybody because you kind of like weren't supposed to, even though we were getting tested every day and whatever. It was just like a very like sterile, there was no fans. It was very strict. So I just feel like the Olympics that you hear about of like being in the village, doing all the ceremonies and everything, like we didn't do any of those.
I mean, I guess my memory is just terrible, but I knew you went to the Olympics, but I just forgot about it. What was that actually like going as an alternate? Like, what did you go through? Like, and how old were you? How was that like mentally and like physically? Like, how a part of the team were you? Like, how much were you? I'm not, you know what I'm trying to
Yeah,
ask
I
you.
know what you're trying to say. So it was 2016. So what was I, 24?
Yeah, okay, so you were still pretty young.
Yeah, and it was me, Sonnet, Heyo, and Ashlyn Harris as the alternates. And it was like actually like we were like cute together. Like the group, I feel like, really had a good attitude, but you definitely feel separate from the team. Like on like match day -1 and match day, you like have to work out and like more than everybody else does. And so you're like kind of always like running sprints or like scrambling to find a place to do your running. Like, cause you're not going to the field as a team. And like the alternates weren't always prioritized as the main priority for the day was not to get me to a field to do my workout. It was for the staff to help the players who were going to play in the games get ready for the game. So you just feel a little bit like on the outskirts and a little bit like you're just there like as like a support character, which was actually a good lesson for me at the time. I imagine for like an older player like Heyo, it kind of came with like a different connotation, but our group like handled it really well. And I always say that like me and Sonnet's friendship was like forged in the fires of being alternates together, where like I remember like this one time, like the massage signups, like how it used to be is like the massage therapist would like put a list up on the door and you would like sign up for like a 20 or 30 minute slot, like when you needed a massage. And there would be like, 3 or 4 slots available in any given like window of time. And like, I remember one of the girls coming to me and Sonnet's door and being like, hey, you guys, like there's massage slots open. Like, please take one. Like you guys are working hard too. And me and Sonnet were literally like, we would rather die. Like we would rather die than take a massage slot from like an Olympics player. Like we're 24, like we're not, like you will never see our name on that list. So you just kind of like put yourself in this mode of like, I'm not here for me. Like I'm not here to like prove to the coaches that I'm good. I'm here to like help everybody else be like sharp for the games. And I do think in the long run of my career, that was like a good lesson for me to learn, even though it was like hard.
Yeah, like that's so funny because I feel like when I first started like coming in with the national team, I was still really young. I don't think I signed up for a massage for the first like 2 years that I
No,
was there.
well, you can't. You like
You can't.
like the older players would say, "Oh no, please sign up. It's fine. It's fine." But then when you'd see somebody's name on the list that shouldn't really be on there, you'd kind of be like, "Who does she think she is?" Do you know what I mean? So it was like on its face, we were all like, please, please, please. But it was like, you did have to earn it. Like it's like an unspoken thing. Like you did. And if you didn't know you had to earn it, you didn't get it.
Yeah, you just didn't get it. I even think like my name was like passive aggressively crossed out one time.
Oh, it was. For it 100% was. Everybody's was.
Yeah.
Unless you were truly like, I'm going to wait until I have, until I've started 3 games in a row. Like it was also based on like who, if you were playing a lot, you had to get one. Like it's common sense to not sign up if you're not dressing. A little massage lore from the US Women's National Team. So the other thing, obviously that's so cool. And I kind of mentioned this about the Olympics is like the opening ceremonies, the closing ceremonies, which I, again, have never gotten to go to. Opening ceremonies is, soccer is one of the longer running events. So like we will have already had a game by the time the opening ceremonies happens. I kind of doubt maybe ice hockey because, ice hockey is probably one of the longest running events too. So I don't know if the ice hockey players like get to go to the opening ceremonies. But then I don't know. For COVID, we didn't go to the closing ceremonies, did we?
No, I don't think so because I think we were out before that would have happened.
Well, no, because we went to the final, remember?
Oh, yeah. But that wasn't the closing ceremony. Obviously, that was just the medal
I know I haven't really like experienced that, and I'm sure that during COVID it was like kind of a, a different experience anyway.
You want to know what I wanted to talk about the Olympics was, remember when we like, I think it was like the pre-Olympics camp and we were staying in that hotel and we like walked to the field every training session.
Yeah, in Japan.
Remember the walk to training, but then the walk back from training, and then you'd have to like walk 3/4 of the way back to the meal room. And it was just like the
Oh,
most like after like a session, you would just be like so tired and you had to like go to this one area where we were like dropping our equipment off and then like walk so far to the meal and then walk so far back. Like it was so exhausting and
yeah.
it would take up so much time that like after our meal you would like be walking back to get your gear for the second session. Like
Yeah,
it was
literally.
just that is like one thing that I remember about that. It was just like such a long walk and like it was just like a whole day thing it turned into. Do you remember how good the mango was there?
Yeah, I was literally just gonna like bring up the mango. The mango in Japan when we were there in 2021 was like unlike anything I've ever heard of in my life. And wasn't there some story that it was like gifted to us that like somebody in
Yes,
Japan
yeah.
like gifted the team USA soccer team like mangoes.
Special mangoes though.
Like they were so good.
Yeah, they were grown like in a special place and they were like I think they were like really expensive or something. Just basically like the most exclusive mangoes that you could ever have in the world.
Do you also remember that like special sushi night we had where they like did this really cool
Yes.
ceremony for us and then like we got all this like fresh hand rolled sushi and sashimi?
Yes. You want to know one picture that I did find, and it's of that night of you. I was looking through my phone today because I was like, oh, like we're gonna reminisce on the Olympics today. And we're at that ceremony, and you were like having like a soak it in moment. I'm gonna send you the photo so that we can put it on this. But you
Okay.
were literally like sitting back in your chair like this, just like soaking it all in. You were acting like such a weirdo, and I remember taking a picture of you, and you were just like, I'm just like soaking it all in. Like, we're here right now. We're in Japan. We're at the Olympics, and you're just like this.
I mean, I like kind of like feel like I was kidding around, but like maybe not.
You were, but it's still funny.
Okay, what else? I think the other big question that I've gotten a lot is like, does the Olympics feel different than the World Cup?
Maybe you answer that because obviously I feel like my only Olympic. Well, I guess yours too because you went as an alternate, so it was definitely like a different experience for you. But I feel like my Olympic experience I can't really like it was just so not what the Olympics normally is. Like partner Sam, she always is like, "Oh, the Olympics is this, 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 and this," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't really like feel that," which is
Yeah.
sad. I mean, I'm obviously so grateful I was able to go, but like it was like a sad Olympics, kind of.
Yeah, like none of our family could come. Like it was no there was no fans there. Yeah, I think in that sense, like the World Cup and like also for I mean just for me, like we won with the World Cup that I went to, we won. So like I don't think anything ever, will compare again to that feeling of like having every dream you had come true and your family is there and like it was this huge global moment, this huge like I think the World Cup for soccer is bigger and means more and like to the soccer community holds more weight. But I think to like your average person that you meet on an airplane that's like, what do you do? And you get to say, well, I play soccer and I've been to the Olympics. I think that holds more weight. So both were like incredible honors. I just think in my experience, winning the World Cup was unlike anything else. And then the Olympics, of course, we got a bronze medal, which was amazing. But like, of course, comes with a little bit of disappointment that we didn't win the whole thing. So they're definitely different. But what I will say too is that like the national team does a good job creating a predictable environment wherever you are. So whether you're in America or in another country at the Olympics, at the World Cup, at friendlies, like your kind of like home environment in the hotel with the team with US soccer is like pretty consistent. And so I think that the feeling within the team is kind of always that familiar and like consistent feeling.
Yeah, they did do a really good job with that. They even like I had pictures on my phone of like they set up pictures of our family like in our rooms and
Yeah.
like had like a big poster of us with like some sort of quote from like our family or
Yeah.
something that we like did really good, and it was like a big picture of us. So like they really do such a good job making it feel like a home away from home. Like they set you up for success really well, obviously. Like they want to do everything that they can to like make you feel comfortable and feel at home, because obviously everybody performs better when they feel confident and good about themselves. So I loved that part. That part was so sweet when they did that.
I
Did
know.
they do
I
that
like
at
remember.
the at your World Cup too?
Yeah, they did. I remember it was like a poster of me in my hotel room with like a quote from mom and dad, a quote from Pat, and a quote from you. And I have the three quotes like still cut out somewhere and like saved, because it was like reading what you guys said to me in that moment, that was a surprise to me when I read it, was like so touching and so nice. And I agree. I think like they do that to like inspire you. Like they just like want you to like walk around the hotel and be like, this is our space. And like I feel comfortable and like inspired here.
Yeah, it's also something that's like not like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a super like bougie or like expensive thing to do. Like of course like US soccer has been able to provide us with so many like amazing things for our tournaments and like our transportation, our fields and stuff like that. Like they have given us the world with that, but I feel like little things like that, just like a picture of our family members or like a quote from our mom and dad, those things are like, they don't cost any money. Like that's free, but that also like kind of changed our experiences probably.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. So cute. That was so fun. I think the
So
last
cute.
thing I'll say on the Olympics is just how excited I am to watch women's ice hockey. Kristie and I have mentioned this on this podcast before, but in the winter of 2017, we trained in this gym, IPF, with Walter, in Massachusetts, with a bunch of the women's ice hockey, Team USA women's ice hockey players. And you know, this was 2 Winter Olympics ago, but they won a gold medal in the 2018 Winter Olympics, which was like so incredible to, you know, have kind of like built up with them in the off season and like gotten to know them all really well and like train with them literally what felt like every day. And then to like watch them go and win was so incredible. And the team has turned over a lot, obviously, but I'm like so psyched to watch anyway. I feel like watching like a team sport in the Olympics is just so fun.
Oh, so good. And I think that like we also kind of know, I mean, I'm sure think a lot of things have changed since we were there with them working out at IPF. I think that obviously there's been like so much change, but it's cool that we kind of experienced what they do and like how
Yeah.
intense they like work out and how seriously they take it. Like so we know that when we're watching the US women's ice hockey, we're like, "Oh, like they like we've been there with
Yeah.
them. Like we know what they put themselves through to like get there." So
Totally.
I feel like that's cool that we kind of like had a part of them with us in that way.
Yeah, I know. I love that. I'm really really excited to watch. So the Winter Olympics starts February 6th. Okay, amazing. Kristie, let's move on. Let's do our Verizon Gets You Closer segment where we share our highs and lows of the week. I've already mentioned this. My high was my apple pie. It was so delicious. Apple pie, I think, is the best dessert. Um, I like really struggled to think of anything that could possibly beat it. I do have to do a little bit of work on my crust because I just think you need to get like the right seal around the crust so that like the juices don't leak out the bottom. And I also think I need to blind bake the bottom, which means you just put the bottom crust in for a few minutes before you do the filling, and that way the bottom doesn't get soggy. But I'm learning and I'm going to make a homemade crust soon. And then my low, Kristie, is also a cooking low. We were making a roast dinner. You know, I'm on my roast chicken journey and I wanted to do a proper roast. So we did chicken, potatoes, roast carrots, Yorkshire puddings. And I didn't read the whole recipe before I started mixing my Yorkshire puddings. And so my low was having to scoop vegetable oil out of my batter because I didn't read that the vegetable oil just goes in the muffin tins and not in the batter. And I remember feeling so devastated because I was just like, so you didn't like read and now your Yorkshire puddings are going to be like all oily and weighed down and you're an idiot. But then I scooped it all out and they came out great.
Oh, well, I can't wait to have one of your roasts. Like I feel like you're going to perfect it.
that's the plan.
We maybe like make some like you don't have to do like your full blown roast, but like we should make a roast while you're here and you can give us tips because we obviously just like roast the chicken, roast the potatoes, roast the vegetables. Like we don't really know.
Do you roast a whole chicken?
Yeah, but I don't think we do it the way that you and Pat do it. Like I feel like you guys have a more like experienced method, or like you're trying to perfect a experienced method, whereas like we just like chuck some rosemary and butter on top and like put it in the oven for however long you're supposed to put it in there for.
I mean, honestly, that sounds good. I don't think you need to overcomplicate roasting a chicken, but yeah, I would love to roast a small bird for us when I'm over there.
Okay, good.
All right, hit us with your highs and lows.
My low is I threw my back out this week.
Oh.
And I'm not like a back thrower outer. Like I feel like you are. Like you're like a neck kinker and like a back, like your back always hurts. Like you're just one of those people.
Okay.
And I don't really feel like I am one of those people. Like I never throw my back out, but like the right side of my back is like, so it's like pinching so hard. And like, I can't really bend over that easily. Like I have to do this like weird squat position to pick up Jagger.
I know it well.
And like, it's awful. And like, I haven't really been able to work out, which I know last episode I was like, oh, like I have no motivation to work out. But now that I can't work out, I'm kind of like annoyed about it.
I know.
Because you get so much like feel good things from working out. So now I'm kind of like I did an incline walk today for like 20 minutes and I was just like that wasn't really that satisfying. So my back's thrown out. That sucks. I'm hoping that it gets better soon because like I'm kind of sick of it. But again, just like another January thing, like threw my back out, just I knew this would happen. My high would be like, I feel like I'm going to give you a little teaser with my high. Is Sam and I are creating something. We've been working on something, and that's all that I can really say for right now. But Sam and I have been working on something for a little bit over a year and a half now. We're super excited about it. And it's going to be announced very soon. And I think that
what could it be?
Having this, I know, through this month, it's kind of been giving me like a little bit of life, a little bit of excitement. It's something that we're doing together, and something that we really love. So I think that we're very excited about it. And yeah, can't wait for it to get announced. I think it's going to be probably announced before the next episode. So I just thought I'd give you a little teaser there.
Wow. Well, I am just absolutely thrilled to hear more. I'm very, very excited, and what a great high to share with us. Thanks to our friends over at Verizon. Okay, Kristie, could you give us just a quick like little mom and Jagger update before we go? Like give me my nephew fix. Any Jagger stories? I know you've been taking him to like a playpen.
Yeah. Calling it a playpen is just hilarious, but like I do call it that sometimes too, which is just so funny that you called it that.
I know. It does sound like he's a farm animal, but like there's no better way to describe. Like you're just taking him to a McDonald's play place, but it is not McDonald's.
Yeah, and it's not a pen, but like I guess like it could be a pen because it's like an enclosed area for children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, we have been taking him to classes and just to
play class.
To the play gym. I call it the play gym because there's like a ball pit there and he's obsessed with the ball pit. He just wants to like dunk himself in there and like I have to he like goes in head first and I have to like pull him out of it because he gets frustrated because he still can't really like stand in there. He's climbing on everything. He still can't walk yet, but he's like very close to walking. So he absolutely loves the play gym. And yeah, he's just like the happiest little boy. He's growing so quickly. He's just the best. So yeah.
Well, what an amazing update. I'm actually coming to London next week to visit my nephew, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see him, and maybe, you know what, maybe he'll take his first steps while I'm there.
Oh my God, he might. You never know.
I'm thinking of it. I'm hopeful. I also can we take him to the playpen while I'm there so I can see him
Yes,
live?
we can 100% go. Yes. I'm so excited that you're coming. I think we both need it. I think we both just need this so badly.
Yeah, like I told somebody I was going to see you yesterday, and they were like, "What do you mean you like just saw her?" And I did realize that like I did see you like 4 weeks ago, but I was kind of like, "Hold on." I would see my sister like literally every week if I could. 1, 2, this trip was born out of us both like a week ago, just being like, January sucks. Like we need something to look forward to, and so I just like am coming.
I know, and I feel like we like sometimes delusionally like look at houses that one day we'll live in that are attached. So I don't
Yeah,
like
we've been doing that. Yeah, that one's
yeah.
crazy. All right. Well, everybody be on the lookout for some pictures of Kristie and I together next week. We're very excited about the visit. If you have anything you'd like us to answer in this episode, we've got more episodes coming out soon. So send us an email at womensgamemib@menandblazers.com. Let us know what topics you want to hear about. Any questions that you have for us, we'll try to read some of them out loud in the next episode. We did also just drop an episode with Gotham's Lily Reel yesterday, so check that out. That's an episode of Friendlies. And big news, everybody, Good Vibes is back next week. So Tuesday, we'll be back. You'll hear from me, Lynn, and Becky. I'm so excited to get back with them. All right, everybody. So we'll see you soon. And until then, I will be traipsing through the snow. We have like a foot of snow here. Plus 2 feet of snow. I don't even know. It's a lot.
I'm just going to be limping around until my back gets better. If anyone has any tips on what to do, but it's been a couple days now and it's not getting any better. It might just be age.
The thing with your back is that like it just marginally gets better day by day, and then one day you're like, I guess I'm all right now.
Yeah.
It's like
well, I'm still waiting for that day, kind of.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for being here. We'll see you all soon. Bye.